choosing us to do an inspection.
Yeah.
I know you don't have a buyer's agent, and so thankfully y'all find us. I can't remember, you said Shay referred it?
Yep, Shay referred me.
Gotcha, perfect.
So,
Yeah, we have a good working relationship with her.
she's pretty cool.
Yeah, she is. All right, so we'll start outside. So 5 major things we look at. I'm sure my dad, Dave, told you everything.
He told me a lot of things.
Yeah, so we look at your roof, your foundation, plumbing, electrical, and HVAC. We look at everything in between, but those are kind of the 5 things we break them down into.
Those are the expensive things. So.
Exactly. And so we'll start top down. Oh, and then 2, our reports are very easy to read. They're color coordinated, so black will just be informational, just normal text. And you got blue being minor findings. Orange will be marginal, so like not small but not significant either. And then red will be major.
Okay. Awesome.
And so we'll start with the roof. Obviously, you have a metal roof.
Yeah.
It looks brand spanking new, but there are some details that they missed during installation.
Okay.
I know you pointed out that soffit area.
Yes.
Good eye. That's a little bit of moisture damage on the white board there. But then also that trim right there on the edge, and then also, so this is what's called a gable.
Okay.
So it's part of your gable roof, and then anywhere. So again, pictures will be all in the report.
Awesome.
But looking down, you've got some gaps between your boards and your metal roofs. And so actually I was able to see under there a little bit. They installed the metal roof over top of the old asphalt roof, which is okay. But the fact that I could see the old roof is not the best. Exactly. So again, I don't know who installed it, but it's just definitely not best practice. So around these 2 areas will definitely be pointed out in the report. This will probably go in orange because it's your roof, right? You don't want water going in. And then on your underside of the attic too, I saw a lot of just staining and moisture damage. So hopefully that was from the old roof.
Yeah.
Probably that's why they had it replaced to begin with.
Right.
But that will also be in the report saying, hey, we're not able to verify, because they were all the way down in like the very end, and so you have a very shallow attic space.
Right.
Even during the highest parts, I was like literally crunched up in a ball. So to get down there was very hard for me, so I wasn't able to put a moisture meter or anything on it.
Okay.
But that's definitely a concern, just to have a roofer come out, evaluate it, and then figure out what the best practice is for this metal roof area. And then with that too, you have, you know what plumbing vent stacks are? Let's see if I can see.
Yeah,
The little white plumbing boots that come out of the roof.
Yeah.
So they roofed over those. Again, that's like who installed it.
Right. So no permits were pulled in the last 2 years for anything regarding this
of course
property.
they were.
So yeah, I can't go back and check with any.
Can you see
company.
where they're supposed to be in the attic?
I saw them in the
Okay,
attic and
cool.
the kitchen as well. So
Okay,
the
so
kitchen
that's
vent,
not-
they just cut it, and then the 2 PVC stacks, I could just see them cut in the attic. So that
So that's something your dad can fix.
and so that's obviously
great.
in there. That will be, because that helps your plumbing system.
Yeah, right.
If you guys don't know how it works, it's like if you say you go get a fast food fast food drink. You know the straw trick where you lift up, and within a second you lift your thumb off, the air goes in. It's the same way with your water circulation. You need air to go in so the gases can come out, and then that helps your plumbing flush and everything.
And that's
properly.
probably what the septic smell is in the kitchen.
Probably.
Yeah, it's,
That or
remember I
yeah.
said it smells a little sewagey. I thought maybe it was dry
Yeah.
pea traps, but
Yeah. So overall, the whole roof as a whole looks good. Again, it's a metal exposed fasteners. It's just these areas here, just this poor insulation, and then as well as your boot stack. So that was your roof.
okay.
Exterior wise looks good. You've got your brick veneer. It's not real brick. It's like a decorative brick, which is good.
That's good to know.
And then also too, it's a rarity, but you see these little gaps on the wall almost. These are called weepholes. I was actually surprised I saw them, which is good. This is proper. So it's like if water ever got behind here, if water were to trickle down, it would come out of these weepholes.
Okay.
Which is good for drainage. And then also too, your bricks are sloped properly. Normally we see them installed and they're like flat or even negative, which is wrong. Obviously, when you get water, you want water to shed away from the house.
Okay.
So
Well,
that's all good. Just got weepholes. Grading wise with your soil, it's flat or it's wrong. So we look for a drop of 6 inches every 10 feet, which isn't a whole lot. But when you don't have gutters and you get rain and you get water pummeling down, drain away.
Yeah.
Now when you get torrential downpours, it's going down into your crawl space, which we will talk about your crawl space last. We'll save the best for last.
Oh, yay.
And so I think that's it for exterior overall. Let's go this way. Over to the carport and electrical area. Power mast is what they call it. Notice how it's extremely bent up there.
Yeah.
That's not ideal either. So that will also be in the report, because if
Okay.
that ever does tip or anything ever happens to it, that's your whole power to your house. It's coming through these wires from the street, coming over, and then this is where it comes down your meter and then your panel. So I'm not sure if this would be something for the county side or the homeowner side. That's something we get further just detailed on.
We'll look into that.
But if anything ever happened, so that will be in summary. Is it gonna, it's not the best practice there. Should not be leaning. It felt secure when I grabbed it up there, but it's not supposed to be leaning.
Right. You want it to be going the right direction.
Yeah, you just wanted to go straight up. Yeah, so it should not be leaning. And then, what's the, is you got water heater in here, which is okay. It's an old unit. Hot water was working, but just know it is an older unit.
Yeah.
It's like 2010, I think it was 2009.
Okay.
In here is your electrical panels. You got some issues in here.
Oh, okay.
You've got an ITE panel, and then also this is your main disconnect. So if anything ever happens to go wrong inside your house, this cuts power to your whole house.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Good to know.
And then I do need to find your water shut off as well. Anyways, here's your panel. You've got mixed breakers, like meaning different
Fine.
brands. Yeah, so it could be okay, but that's where we're going to recommend a licensed electrician. Also, if you need one, we have a great licensed electrician.
Okay.
We can refer. Hold on. I forgot to let him know. Y'all drove up in, what is that, a Kia or whatever that
Ford
is?
Flight.
Okay, Ford.
Yeah.
It's like you've tried to put Ford parts on my Nissan truck.
Yeah. It's
They're
not.
gonna slap you
It's
silly.
not
What are you
gonna
doing?
At least it's not a federal,
So
huh?
yeah, same thing here. You've got mixed breakers. Do they work? Yes, but it's just longevity wise.
Right.
Get
It's
these
not ideal.
evaluated. And then with that too, when the panel is off, you've got wires that are feeding, I think, 3 different breakers with undersized wires, meaning that's a safety hazard, right? Because if wires, or a breaker overheats, you want the power to trip. Undersized just means the wires could potentially melt before.
Right. They're not able to conduct
Exactly.
properly.
So you've got 3 of those, and then what was the other thing? And since you have a licensed electrician here, AC breaker is a 30 amp. It'll be in the report. But the manufacturer label, the condenser outside says no more than 25 amps.
Okay.
Again, they should have just done it from the get go. It could be okay,
It's
but
all-
just get it
yeah.
further evaluated
It's-
by
yeah,
an electrician. He
it's-
already needs to. So that was your panel.
Okay. Fantastic.
With electrical, and then with that electrical too, you've got a couple outlets inside with no power, and then you've also you've got what's called open ground, which is where you have your like a 3-prong, right? You've got the 2 prongs on the bottom ground. The open ground is basically saying the bottom ground it's not there, meaning
Okay.
so that's more of a safety issue for like plugging in electronics or something like that.
Right.
It's common for older homes like this, but when you've got majority being what's looked like they were good, you've got a couple that are open ground. So again, that's something for an electrician to check out as well.
Okay.
Which also that could all stem from the panel, so it should be easy enough for him to look at.
Okay.
And then bear with me, I'm gonna have to kind of go on the fly here because
No, sure.
I'll have all my ducks in a row whenever I get the report to you guys later tonight. Electrical, talked about the oversized. You have what's called GFCIs, which are good. They're called ground fault circuit interrupters, where basically they're needed anywhere where you have water. So out here you have one, which is good, and then your kitchen and your bathrooms both have them.
Awesome.
So those are all good. And then we can go inside. Alright, and then obviously we can talk about the obvious with the flooring.
Yes.
You've got damage. It's called also have what's called peaking, which it's very common for LVP flooring over time or just improper installation.
Okay.
Yeah, you can actually just see it here with the sunlight. You see how
Right.
the tips are just kind of peaking, why it's called peaking. But more importantly, we've got some uneven floor heads.
Right.
So it's like if you walk to one corner to the other, you can kind of, if you're very meticulous, you can tell there's a slope. And then that will all stem from your cross space, which we'll talk about.
What's going on with the
Yeah,
foundation?
we'll talk about the foundation. Here's your air handler. So I mentioned the condenser outside. We got a two-part system. This is all good, your air handler. That's that outside as well. And then you've got a couple leaks in here in your hall bath. Your toilet leaks when you flush it just from one of the connections on the tank on the bottom.
Okay.
Could still be some water. No, it dried out. But anyways, it was leaking when I flushed it. And then there was a leak underneath the sink in the master bath as well,
Okay.
which is easy enough. That one just looks like a drain line fix.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was leaking. It was just leaking under there, which it has been before, but it was just
Okay.
kind of dripping on your cabinet there.
Yeah, that won't be hard.
And then there's also another leak here, just kind of around your shower. It was leaking from the ceiling between the fiberglass and your shower doors here. It just needs to be, routine maintenance, caulked and sealed on the inside.
Okay.
Whatever sealing they have on the inside right now is crappy out.
Okay.
And then again, uneven floorings here as well. If you're about to go in the shower, you dip a little bit.
Okay.
And then also too, just right here, just like any transition areas as well.
Okay.
And so that was your plumbing. Talk about electrical. Talk about your attic. And then, so yeah, the last thing is definitely your crawl space.
Okay.
So we can go. Let's go back outside because I'll show you some things. And it just feels nice out here. So we already talked about the grading, which is a huge part of it. A huge part of it long-term wise. You've got your vent openings, which actually look really good all the way around, with the exception of your carport area. Obviously, it's enclosed because it's a carport. It's not
Right.
the best design. They should have. It would be hopefully easy enough just to knock out some more. But again, there's a lack of vents here.
Okay.
And then also just around the corner too, because this is where your storage room is.
Right.
So this side of the house is not ventilated properly. Down in the crawl space, I looked for humidity reading, which was I think 46%, which is okay. But we are in dry seasons right now, super dry, not muggy, right? Humid back in August and July.
Right.
And then with that too, we look for WMC, which is wood moisture content. Took the probe meter up to it. It was about 12 or 13%, which is okay for right now.
Okay.
But again, we are in a very dry season. What does that look like in the heat and peak of the summer? When we're rocking 100 and something degrees,
Right.
90% humidity. So that's long-term wise. Again, so all of the stuff we like to describe crawl spaces as onions. They have lots of layers.
Yeah.
These layers work together. And if one component fails, then it affects the other one, and then it's just a stack of dominoes, right?
Right.
So again, grading, ventilation, humidity, and then with that, you have insulation in the crawl space as well, up on the floors, the floor joists and the subfloor. They install the insulation backwards. So if you know what paper bats is, you're supposed to put paper side towards finished surface.
Right.
They put the paper side on the bottom, so now the fuzzy's in between. And what that does is that trap.
Yep.
Common sense, right?
Yeah.
So that's everywhere. Not only
Not
is
ideal.
it's everywhere. You have some areas that are missing, but then you have some areas that are fallen again because whenever insulation gets heavy, it falls.
Yeah.
So you'll see it all. You'll see the picture in the report. And then underneath some of the insulation, I pulled it back. It's in every single crawl space, but you do have microbial growth under there. That's very common for South Georgia, sadly, unless it's like encapsulated. It's fully just enclosed. But there is a form of organic growth down there.
Mold then? Is that what you're saying?
We can't call it mold, but that
Okay.
is essentially what it is.
Okay.
We just
if it's mold.
we just can't put that M word on it unless it
Okay.
goes to a national laboratory and get tested.
Okay.
Which we do offer mold inspections. I'm certified to do that, but it would it's in my opinion we're going to talk about some other stuff. You already need to get it further evaluated anyways, and so it was unless you really wanted to, the growth in my opinion wouldn't get tested because it's in the crawl space. It's an unconditioned space. You're going to have some, but if that's something long term you wanted to do, we can do that for sure.
Okay.
But then with that too, you have vapor barrier. You have no vapor barrier. Sorry. So the vapor barrier is a thick metal plastic that sits between your dirt and your crawl space. Again, it's supposed to trap moisture
Right,
down.
yeah.
You don't have that, so all the moisture that either going in or in the ground
Okay,
is wicking
that's-
up. So again, see how it all stems and ties together. And then you have piers under there. The piers looked okay. You do have 2 piers in the corners with almost like a chunk or a corner part missing of a pier, which is most of the pier looks there. Here, I'll see if I can find some pictures.
Now, okay, but that's just age, or is that insects?
Insects as far as what?
I don't know,
the
termites
piers?
or yeah.
Oh
are
no, the
there-
piers are concrete. The
Oh,
piers are
okay,
concrete.
okay. So
And
it's just
we're getting a termite clearance letter from the
It's hard to
owner.
see in the
Okay.
picture right there, but you can see like a chunk of the bottom of the pier there is missing. Is it the majority of it? No, but it will be in there.
oh
just
sure,
for-
sure, gotcha.
Yeah, so
okay.
I saw that in both of these back corners.
Okay.
And then with piers, you have very unworkmanlike installation or repairs from, again, the subfloor being the way it is. You've got just handyman type stacks, some bricks and some wood planks, and then some beams to try and secure the load of the weight in the house. It's very improper, and then you've got what's called sistering, which is where your floor joists that run across. So you've got your subfloor, you've got your piers, and then the floor joists are kind of what run. It's the girth and structure of your floor.
Right.
The repairs for that are called sistering, and they didn't even do that proper. And
But that was the building of the home.
no.
No?
Sistering is the floor joist, yes, but the
Right.
sistering part is where they basically say this floor joist is bad. Sistering is
Yeah.
where you take another floor joist
And
and you
snap-
slap it up
yeah,
next
yeah.
to it. The floor joists they put up next to it are not even proper.
Oh, okay.
So again, just a lot of unworkmanlike installation down there from repairs, and then you do have you have a lot of leaks down there from your plumbing stuff. A lot of little dribblers and drops you'll see in the report just from running what I did for a little bit. So again, that's just more moisture that's going in your crawl space.
That's all repairable.
Yes,
That's
this is
all. That's
repairable.
all. That's all repairable, and
This
it's
is-
all in your dad's wheelhouse.
This
Okay,
is,
thank
I mean,
God.
that's
I
all
was
in
like,
your
how much
dad's.
am I gonna have to pay?
No, that's all in your dad's wheelhouse.
Okay, cool.
That
let me find some pictures here. You've
the,
got some
the panels in your dad's wheelhouse. The outlets are in your dad's wheelhouse. The venting
So happy he's been around for so long.
is the venting. He's gonna have to Google some stuff just to get the flashing on properly.
I'm so happy you guys have never bought a nice house.
So
Yeah, I know.
here's the backside of your house. This is what's called your sill plate, and you've got
Mm-hmm.
some staining and some serious moisture damage there.
Ooh.
Okay.
And that's structural because again, these are your floor joists I was talking about. Those are
Right.
sitting on
Yeah.
that's called a sill plate. You've got some serious moisture damage.
John,
Yeah, some missing again more. Yeah, that's all missing there. And then your subfloor as well has some moisture
Now,
damage.
is that under the bathroom or under
That
the,
appears to be underneath.
washing
It's
machine?
like really close. It's back to back with like the hall and the kitchen area.
Okay.
Somewhere
okay.
along the back there.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
So again, it was just kind of
We had
a
to
little
fix that in the
little
odor.
bit of everything
Okay.
going on down there.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna put your crawl space will be in red structurally to get it further
Yeah.
evaluated. And again, we have a good crawl space company as well called Alpha Foundations. We have a direct contact with them that we work with.
Okay.
If you want that as well. So a lot going on. I know that was quick, but
Yes. No.
the
yeah.
biggest concern I got for you is obviously your crawl space.
Yeah, and that was my biggest concern because I saw in the living room and I was like, there's something going on with the foundation.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and the uneven floors stem directly with what's going on with your subfloor and your framing down there.
yeah, it's great.
So do you guys have any questions or concerns that I did not talk about? Anything? I know I kind of rambled through a lot.
No.
but
No.
No,
Again,
you
there will be a gazillion more details in the report and a lot of pictures. So.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's
Yeah.
And then to just a little word of encouragement. I know you don't have a buyer's agent, but normally how the process would work is I would send it to both you and your buyer's agent, and then you would actually negotiate with the selling agent. I mean, I'm sure you probably know how this works. selling agent as far as what can they fix, how much can you take off the price. So there's a lot of negotiating that would happen. But since you don't have a buyer's agent and you're kind of working with the seller's agent as she's a kind of like a both. Are you okay? Do you want? I'm just gonna send. All I was gonna add was I'm gonna send just a report to you. We don't work for the seller's agents. That's not her report. So unless you wanted to send her that on your own time, that's on you. We're just going to send you the report.
That would be nice.
And then also too, just to get, we have good referrals for electricians. I think we have a plumber, and then because good work is hard to come by. And then definitely we have a good roofer, and we have a good foundation guy as well.
Okay.
So it would be nice to, if you want, that we can get referrals. Third party, that way, whatever people they try to refer.
And they probably give free estimates, is my guess.
I think Alpha Foundation does, and I think the roofing guy does.
Yeah, the roofing is the
But as far as everything else, I'm sure the electrician we use, he can probably ballpark it. They're great people.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to think if I have anything else to talk about, but a lot going on. But
no, there's no.
Everything is fixable. It just depends on how much time, money, energy, and effort you want to put into it. That's all it boils down to.
I have
as long as
time, energy, and effort. I have all of those three.
As long as all we do, we don't care if you buy it, we don't care if you walk away from it. All we do is we give you black and white what's there,
and
the facts, and then you make that decision.
Because the realtor, because she is a selling realtor, she sent me 3 phone numbers with 3 first names. She didn't give me any website. She didn't give me any information.
As far as home inspectors?
Yes.
Do you remember those names? I'm curious.
Yeah,
I'm nosy. I'm curious. There's so many home inspectors, and they're all. It's crazy. Because if y'all didn't know, home inspectors don't have to be licensed or anything.
that is what I found out.
You put a stick on the ground, you step over it. That's all you gotta do.
So there's Roy, John, and Trey.
Okay.
Yeah, I was told by Shay that Trey she would never recommend Trey to anybody. And see, she just gave me phone numbers and names. She didn't even capitalize 2 of the names.
Very professional.
Yeah, so.
Anyways, well, I'm glad you found us through Shay. How did you find Shay? Just the same Google searching or whatever?
According to HIPAA, I'm not supposed to tell you. So.
That's fine with me. That's fine with me.
A military contact.
Oh,
yeah.
Gotcha.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
There you go.
But we're also military fans. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
right,
it's.
Any questions or concerns that y'all can think of that I did not talk about?
No.
I mean, did you walk around just the house, or did you look at anything?
Oh, the outbuilding?
Outbuilding, just around the house, anything like that?
Yeah, everything I talked about. Yeah, I looked at on the outside of the house.
Okay, well.
Only other thing I'll point out is that you have a big old tree in your back corner here that's overhanging your roof.
Yes.
Long-term wise, that just needs to be trimmed back.
You're a Georgia native, yeah? Are you
yes and no. I've been here 6 years.
You don't sound like a Georgia native. He doesn't sound like a Georgia native.
My dad was served at Moody for 10 years.
Okay.
I was born here. We hopped around everywhere and then moved back for family in 2019. So that's why I'm here.
She's been here a minute. Is that tree right there sketchy?
That oak tree.
It's obviously sketchy because it's a tree that if it falls any direction, it could fall on the house.
Yep.
And as far as if it's concerning to me, yes and no.
I feel like if I trim it back a little bit.
If you trim it back, then yes, because if it falls, it can hit your outbuilding. But obviously, if it falls, it is in proximity of hitting your house.
Yeah, it's a really big tree.
It just depends on which way it falls, right?
Yeah.
The last couple hurricanes have definitely been eye-opening for people as far as trees.
True.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we're out in a little old farm field, a new construction, so we don't have to deal with big trees. But
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well. I guess last question around the windows. Did everything look good? Because I know they're newer installation, and seen as
they're
all
back.
other installation seems to be hack job.
Yeah, no, the windows look good, decent. Yeah, they're vinyl, double hung. It's just important to keep it'll be in the report, just keep the outside caulked and sealed, painted, normal stuff.
Yeah, and then rinse.
Yes, exactly. You don't want lines or plants up on your house either.
Okay.
Windows overall look good. I didn't see any broken, any damaged. So open to all of them, they worked. So
a big concern because windows are expensive.
They're expensive.
Okay, yeah, I think, Mom, do you think there are any other questions?
I don't have any other questions. No. Okay. Yeah.
Well, again, all